Hi, my name is Gabriella DeSouza, and I'm the Consumer Horticulture Agent for New Hanover County Cooperative Extension. If you visited the New Hanover County Arboretum lately, you may have noticed one of our gardens undergoing renovation. We are creating the NC State Horticulture Showcase Garden, a new demonstration space featuring plants bred by one of the most accomplished ornamental plant breeders in the country. Dr. Tom Rainey is the J.C. Ralston Distinguished Professor in the Department of Horticulture Science at NC State University. Over more than 3 decades at NC State's Mountain Horticultural Crops Research and Extension Center. Dr. Rainey and his team have introduced more than 30 new plant varieties. Let me show you some of what is already here. The first shrub is called Spirea. The variety is candy corn, and the name comes from the way the foliage moves through multiple colors across the season. And then we have Pearl Glam Calicarpa Americana. This is a beauty berry. The purple foliage is already starting to appear before we even hit full bloom, which gives you a preview of the ornamental impact this plant will have later in the season. Calicarpa Americana is our native beauty berry, and Dr. Rainey's work on this genus has produced selections with enhanced foliar color and improved garden performance. This garden is made possible by the Friends of the New Hanover County Arboretum, who provided an initial $30,000 to fund the renovation and plant purchases, and by Spring Meadow Nursery. On May 19th, Dr. Rainey himself will be coming here to the New Hanover County Arboretum to present his work. Visit newhanover.ces.ncsu.edu to check out registration details. For more information and gardening tips, come visit us at the New Hanover County Extension Plant Clinic. We're open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Keep gardening, Cape Fear.